To the lines we go. Let's go and speak to Nick, a first caller of the evening, who's a Liverpool fan. Good evening, Nick.
Hello, Jason. How are you doing?
I'm all right, matey. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about Tammy Abraham. He's definitely got to get some game time for England, get his confidence up, get him some goals. Because what we're going to find in Qatar is it's going to be roasting hot. And teams aren't going to be able to play really expansive attacking football because they're not going to have the energy levels to sustain it throughout the tournament. Now, I think Southgate is wasting away the international career of Trent Alexander-Arnold because he can't play the way he plays week in, week out for Liverpool, all the attacking. But it's also a blessing that it's going to be in Qatar and that we're not going to play that way anyway. So for this World Cup, fine. After that, I'd get another manager in who can play the really attacking football that Trent Alexander-Arnold can. Do you know
Trent has gone back? Just I don't know whether you know this, Nick. He's not with the squad. He's been sent back now, so he's not currently. So he can't play for the next two games.
No. But in Qatar, I'm sorry.
No. You made sense. I'm just saying
so
that.
Nick, you'd get rid of Gareth because he's not utilising Trent correctly. Am I right there?
Well, not just the one player, but from my eyes as a Liverpool fan, a season ticket holder who watched Trent week in, week out.
Yeah.
That's part of what I'm focusing on. You've got the exact opposite side.
Problem is you got Van Dijk next to him though, Nick. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, in a back five, you've got the pace of Walker.
Yeah.
In a four, if you're going to play one right back there,
we'll play a four. I don't think we'll play a four. I think we'll play a five and conserve energy.
If he does play a four, which he did the other night, where do you play? You got to start Walker. Walker will start in a four.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
In a three, you're talking.
The thing is, I don't think it will be a four. I think it'll be a five, and I think he'll still play Rice and then Phillips or Rice and Henderson, and it'll be all out defend, and then it will be try and get a goal from a set piece. It will be, if need be, penalties because the heat and the energy. It won't be doable.
Do you know what, Nick?
Whoever utilises these tactics properly throughout the tournament is going to be the ones that win it.
Do you know what, Nick? You're right. The Southgate has to... Thanks for the call. Great call. I think Southgate, for me, he is by his very nature. He is more of the cautious type of manager, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I do think that there has to be a moment that he has to be allow the shackles off a little bit. Has to be a
will
bit...
he, though? I don't think he will. There's no evidence that he does
do you know
that.
what? I done Driver Cascarino the other day, and the two games that stand out that hopefully won't define Gareth Southgate, but they're the ones that we look at and say, what could he have done differently, is the semi-final in the World Cup against Croatia, okay, where England were in control, leading the game and dealing very, very well with what Croatia had.
Yep.
Then there was a point in the game where it turned and Croatia started getting on top, and when they got the equaliser, the goal was coming.
Yeah.
You felt, and then the game slipped between his fingers. You fast forward to what happened last year against Italy.
Yep.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Really, very similar. England playing well, on top, got the lead.
Yep.
But the goal you felt from Italy was coming.
It was coming from the goal.
It felt like that. And again, the game itself, we lost control and grip of that. And Cass and I were talking about how when Liverpool or Man City take the lead, I know that they've got slightly different players, and the way that Klopp and Pep play, they go for the second goal.
Yeah.
They go looking for the third goal. They kill you. They put your foot on the throat, and they don't let you up.
Yep.
England do. England allow teams to get back into a game that really they're not in.
So do you not think the one game, the Italy game, is really the game that defines him, not the two? Because you can make that. He's made an error against Croatia. England should have beaten them. They were on top.
We were getting, yeah, I mean,
so the game that defines him is the Italy game, because he hadn't learned from the Croatia game. That was a game Italy were there for the taking. You could see that. But as soon as we scored, we went so conservative. And then they ended up, and you could see the goal coming from the moment we scored.
Yeah, you felt that England needed to get the second goal to really put.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the evidence that he's going to change and be a different coach in this tournament?
I'm just going to speak to Stuart. He might have the answer. Stuart's a Villa fan. Stu, good evening.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Welcome aboard. Now, you want to talk about Tammy? Of course, you've seen Tammy up close and personal, right? Because he was on loan at Villa, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He had a great season for us. Yeah. I think definitely he needs to play against Italy. With this World Cup coming mid-season, who knows who's going to be fit, who's going to be available come the World Cup. There's no guarantees Kane's even going to be available. He might be out injured. Anything could happen between now and then. We know what Kane offers. Everyone knows what he does. He needs to find out who he's got as an alternative. He's got to give Tammy a chance to show what he can do.
Do you think he wants an alternative, though? I know. I agree with you. But I think he needs to find out. But ideally, he wouldn't need an alternative, would he?
Well, no, not in a perfect world, but that might not happen. I mean, I've got another couple of points as well.
Go on.
The holding midfielders, two of them, you don't need to, especially if you're going to play 3 at the back or 5 at the back, as it tends to be. It just leads us to getting overrun in the midfield too much because they just sit deeper and deeper, and other teams who've got 3 in their midfield, they just boss the midfield. And there's no outlet. We'll win the ball back. You've got 5, 6, 7 players all sitting deep. You've got no way of getting the ball from defence to attack. Look at Villa, for example, the way we play. We'll play with one holder, and then we'll play with like John McGinn and Jacob Ramsey just in front of him.
Yeah.
As soon as they get the ball, it's turn, get towards the opposition goal, get the ball up the pitch. Someone like Bellingham would fit perfectly into that because he'll get on the ball. He's a ball carrier. He will get it up the pitch and he'll get the attacking players involved. Would create so many more chances. But again, it just comes to Southgate. He doesn't want to take the shackles off. He's too safety first all of the time.
When you talk about too safe, Stuart, what about Jack Grealish? What is it about Jack Grealish, do you think, that Southgate doesn't like? Because for me, whenever someone talks to him...
Is that what you're saying?
Whenever someone talks to him in the press conference and says how well Jack Grealish done when he came on, he starts off with a negative straight away. Well, Jack Grealish needs to improve on this. I mean, what's your view on that, Stuart?
Well, obviously, as a Villa fan, my view on Grealish, I know just how good of a player he is. I watched him from when he was a kid coming through our youth team and that. And we've always seen that he was going to be a special player. I don't know whether Southgate does have issues with him or something, but like I say, he does always seem to find something to criticise him for. Like his most recent one, he said he's something about he needs to learn more tactically to get involved more, to get more starts. Now, I'm sorry, but when you've got someone as special as Grealish, you need to find a way to get him into the team. Your Southgate needs to show some tactical knowledge and find a way to get him into that team, get him on the ball, because he's capable of a moment of brilliance from nowhere that will create goals.
I just wonder, Stu, just quickly, do you think when Grealish come off the bench against Germany, do you wonder whether that might be how Southgate sees him as having an impact, perhaps when the game is in its final third, in the last 20 minutes or so? Do you think that might be the case?
It does seem to be that way at the minute because that seems to be how he uses him, but I think he needs to be given more time. He needs to be in the starting lineup because what is the point in keep waiting until you're chasing the game and then hope he can have an impact? Get on the front foot, get ahead in the game, then control the game, manage it, see it out, get the victory. Not wait till it's too late.
Stu, appreciate your time, bud. Good luck next season as well, the Villa.
Cheers,
up the Villa.
Yeah.
Give us an up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa, there you go. Cheers, Stu. Thank you very much.